Hi everybody, this is PsyonicReaver bringing you a 2 versus 2 game between, let's look at the list here, 50 cal Tenryu and 50 cal Dea, and they're going up against Nyana and Yan. And the teams are as such: 50 cal is the red Terran and the orange Zerg, and they're going up against the yellow Zerg and the peach Protoss. So 50 cal top right hand corner, the Yans in the bottom left. So we can see that the scouting overlords are going in their proper courses to scout the enemy. I'm not sure if the races were predetermined or if somebody random, but the overlords are moving out to find out which race is where and what's going on and what's what. Map is Python, by the way, and Python is a very familiar, well-known map. Should be to everybody who's into StarCraft. Very well-known map. It's been out for almost a year or so. If I don't have dates to specifically go by, but I know it's been a couple seasons since we've seen it in the Pro League, so I know it's been out at least that long, which is got to be almost a year. So we see, and I believe, yeah, this is Tenryu. Yeah, Tenryu, Dea is here. This is Yan, and this is Nyana. Or Nyana, yeah, Nyana. Interesting name. He's gonna go for, looks like, the overpool here, and it looks like the same thing coming out of from Dea as well. Tenryu gonna go ahead and wall off his ramp, and of course, Overlord gets spotted by the probe, vice versa. And scouting is very, very important to you. You gotta figure out, okay, is the enemy gonna tech up and play defensive and try to get ahead via tech, or is the enemy gonna go for early game aggressiveness and try to take out a player that way through early game being aggressive? And we can see here that Tenryu actually not gonna wall off quite yet. He might just leave that open in case he needs to help move out to defend his ally. And that's one thing about Terran, that if you wall yourself off, it makes it harder for you to go defend your ally, and so therefore you're going to want to tech up because of that wall and hope your ally can hold. By leaving it open, it gives Tenryu the option to come help out Dea if Dea gets into trouble. Dea going to scare away the scouting probe. Nope, he's going to go ahead and move out, try to put some pressure. Tenryu obviously going to see these Zerglings moving out, and looks like these guys are trying to catch up to that SCV and do some harassment. Zella already moving out as well by Yan, and looks like he's going to be heading right for Dea. Creep colony already going down for Dea. He's going to try to, in case there's some kind of counter rush against him, and Nyana not even going to put down a sunken. He's just going to pump out massive amount of lean. So we can see here that Team Yan is going to go right for Dea, try to put early game pressure on him, and of course there's not too much that Tenryu can do, and it's just up to Dea just to hold with what defenses he has. Now, luckily for him, it's a Protoss Zerg opponent, so he can just surround his sunken colony with Zerglings and, if needed, his drones to prevent those units from getting in there and taking that thing out. And we can see that Tenryu now moving off a couple of Marines. Of course, not nearly these 6 Zerglings can easily take out these 6 Marines without any problem at all. And actually, these Zerglings are moving in behind those Marines, and those Marines have no idea that that's happening. Oh wait, I forgot. Orange and red are allies, and we can see that. Yeah, my fault there. So now, Nyana gonna actually spot these Zerglings, and these Zerglings got the speed upgrade, both Zergs do. And now we can see Tenryu and Dea moving in, Team 50 cal moving in, gonna try to snipe this hatchery, and of course, Nyana is completely cut out of his base. We can see that Yan trying to get in here with his own zealots to harass, but of course those 2 sunken colonies are protected very well by those Zerglings. And Yan not going to be able to get inside of his base here, and he's going to lose this hatchery, and actually looks like these forces are going to move right in, try to snipe some drones, and that's huge. In a 2v2, if a Zerg loses his drones, it just hurts their economy so much. And looks like these players are not going to go for the drones, but they are going to force that hatchery to be cancelled, and that's going to be less production out of Nyana. Of course, Dea is only at 1 hatchery himself, and he's also blockaded inside of his own base here. He's going to go ahead and put down that 2nd hatchery now, knowing that he's going to be slightly ahead in terms of production because of that. And now here comes that hatchery again from Nyana, going to try to catch up. Hurts Zerg to have to force cancel a hatchery. And not to mention, if he had lost drones, though, that would have been even a bigger hit to him. So now we can see Team Yan looks like they're going to try to do a bust here, or at least just try to contain Dea so they can hurt Tenryu. But Tenryu has a lot of forces, and actually they're on their way. Medic's already making an appearance on the field as well. Tenryu has been taking not too hard, but just enough where now it's time to have some medics to help these guys out, especially when fighting Protoss Elks. Protoss Elks are so tough. And Yan making a little bit of a mistake here, moving in without any support. I mean, he saw those Zerglings. He knew there was a lot of Zerglings roaming about up here on the high ground, and those sunken colonies nonetheless. Decided to move in. Big mistake. One thing you got to realize in 2v2 is when you make an attack, is that when you get countered, it's not just one player countering you. It's going to be both players, and that's exactly what we see here coming from Team 50 Cal. They're moving right on in, and of course, photon cannons will open up this high ground. That's going to help destroy these Marines rather quickly, and Yan just holding position at the top of the ground, just trying to wait for those cannons to morph in. I don't know, there's a lot of units down there on the low ground. I don't think Yan's going to be able to do it. He's having to force to pull probes, trying to hold that ramp. Zergling's still trying to scramble to get out to take out those cannons. Cannons are going to finish on time, and Team 50 Cal is going to be forced to retreat. And Nyana tried to come in with the flank. Kind of a bad move. He should have gone and countered. He knew that those cannons of his ally, if there was proper team communication, he should have realized that there was those cannons were going to warp in on time. He should have countered Tenryu immediately. And we can see that's actually what he is doing. He is going to try to counter this Firebat, though. Firebat hero right there. Oh, gets taken out. And Dea coming in trying to save his ally. And Tenryu doing a counter himself. But there's a lot of sunken colonies, and that's a really huge hit to Nyanyan's economy. That's 5 drones. I mean, that's got to be at least 800 minerals. I mean, I'm just doing quick math in my head, but all these drones, 5 drones, plus the minerals to turn them into creep colonies, plus minerals to turn them into sunken colonies, and then they're just static defense. And really not going to help this player out at all. We do see Dark Templar roaming around the map, and they're going to snipe all these Marines here. No comsat comes out just in time. So it looks like Tenryu was aware of the fact that there were Dark Templar. Snipes one. He's only got 1 comsat though, and it's out of energy, so he's got to be very careful that he does not get sniped off here. He knows about all these sunken colonies. Don't move in, Tenryu. Don't move in. It's just way too many sunken colonies. Even more sunken colonies going down. I don't think this guy knows how to play 2v2 very well. He's playing way too defensive. We can see that, I mean, Dea is going to be in a very good position here. If they can just keep Yan in this defensive position right here, he can easily just go Mutalisk and easily just start overwhelming Yan's positions here. And of course, the Protoss player has almost pretty much no defense. He's just relying on his Dark Templar tech to harass both players. Zerg Overlord coming in here. I don't think they're going to be able to... SCV gets sniped. They will be able to save this command center though with this Overlord coming in. Not to mention the comsat helping out as well. So Yan is going to be forced to retreat with these units. And that command center will be finished, and another comsat will probably go up as soon as it's done. And really, Dea is in a very good position. It looks like he had to take out the sunken colony here so he can mine gas effectively. He's in a good position to go rightful air and start getting Spire. And there's really not too much that Yan or Nyanyan are going to be able to do about it. Evolution Chamber is up in case Mutalisks are a threat, but again, that's just more static defense. That's not going to be helping this guy out. And I fully expect Yan to be picked off quite easily once Overlord speed gets researched, once that layer is done, or even if the Terrans decides to save up quite a bit of comsat to go in and do a lot of damage. Dark Templar roaming in, no prior scouting, and of course they gotta realize that there's an Overlord there now. I mean this guy's in range to spot this guy. They gotta know that Tenryu and Dea are not playing dumb here. They're playing very, very well, helping each other out. And it's just only a matter of time. Pretty much when Dea gets Mutalisk, it's pretty much going to be over for Team Yang. Yang or Nyanya getting his layer as well. He's not going to have the econ to really go for a lot of Mutalisks, especially off 1 hatchery. Dea will be able to... I mean, he's just pumping drones right now. A lot of drones. You can see he has very, very good drone saturation. That's because of 2 hatchery. He's just able to pump drones like crazy. And that's why you can see here there's not that many drones for Nyana. You can see he's just now putting down his 2nd hatchery.